I'm on.
Workshop or meeting to order, it's, Thursday,
Yes.
Thursday morning. And we're here to discuss the, a special meeting I called just so we can try to make some decisions of if we go over the applications and the review process, and the interview process, if we have anybody here that we want to talk about. I believe, Lindsay, your last day is next, is it Tuesday?
I'm going to stay through Friday, but I'll not be in every day. I'm just going to
Okay.
help out because there's some things that need to be done. If that's okay with the board.
Well, no, it's not okay, but it is, it is.
We don't, you're not supposed to leave at all, period.
And
Matter
I'll
of
be,
fact, we're thinking about just locking you in that office.
I am.
okay. I'll be on the phone too and
I
maybe
got it.
talk into.
Surely someone has some
All right, for
answers.
talking purposes, does it, I have 3 applications, is that correct? Is that?
I've got 5.
Six.
Did you get more?
Listen to that, six.
No, this
Well, Angela had
finishes,
Should be 5.
this finishes the one that only had one
So you
page.
got
I
Angela?
have Angela,
We just go
Peters, and Gaddis,
Okay, so
or Peter.
You'll have Tammy.
did you have Tammy
The one you
Brunson?
got today goes
You might need
with,
to go use.
That
I'll
was
just
what
go get
Pam
my
brought
stuff.
to you.
I'll be back.
Okay, I didn't have that one.
Okay,
Well, there you go.
Jamie
Gaddis, Peter,
and
and
this,
have him.
okay? Kate, this
No.
one. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm behind the curve. All right,
You got Brunson?
yeah. I got them all now. Gatewood, Brunson, Peter, Gaddis, and Roberts. Okay. That's fine. I'll give you that one. So I won't get
And there was an application came in for the one that was a
Yeah,
signature.
I got it.
Okay,
I got,
okay.
okay.
And if we need, Nick, I can call him in.
Yeah, hopefully we don't need it.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm probably the only one then that has not, I apologize, I thought I had. We can start by those of you that have looked at all of them, I will look at these others. Is there anyone, that is, like, traditionally what we would do is sort of rate them and decide who we would interview?
I got six.
And I will open that up to those of you that have looked at all of them. And I'm gonna try to catch up right quick.
I'm sorry.
That just came in late.
Oh, I had this piece, I didn't have this, oh, that was from William. Okay.
I'm old school, I gotta look them in the eye and talk to them, so I guess we're gonna do that at some point, we just gotta figure
Those,
out.
those that we feel we want to
Yeah.
bring for an interview,
Yeah.
I think what we done last time, we kinda rated them, and then, we called them free and whatever. At, one at a time.
I got 2 callbacks, that's the only 2 that I saw that I thought were, had the right kind of qualifications to, that's from me. And neither one of them, except for the one that's, serving as a, I think she's a assistant town clerk right now, so. And then the, Tammy Brunson was the, doctor, and I can tell you from knowing some doctors personally, that anybody that can take care of a doctor can certainly take care of the city. Because doctors are typically really bad about all their paperwork and all their stuff. They don't, at least the ones I knew. And it looked like they had, to me, they had clerk type, the rest of them did it to me, and so that's just my opinion.
What can I, you said, what two you?
Kathy Gatewood and Tammy Brunson is the ones that I think deserve a call back.
Okay, Brunson,
Gatewood, this one's got.
I kinda like because she's local, is Angela Roberts.
Who?
Angela Roberts, this
Who was?
application you just got, she had a small resume ahead of time.
Inventory.
There's, all of them got some form of ability to do this job. But to have somebody just to move in to do it, we ran that problem before. Now, if Gaddis, she's got relatives here. She's one from Kentucky. Somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I've got mine all laid out here. And, first, second,
Good.
third, fourth, and fifth.
There you go.
My number one pick would be the Angela Roberts. And second would be the Tammy Brunson.
That's one we just got there. Okay. That's one we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tammy. And who else, Miss Sherry? Okay.
Tammy and, Angela Roberts.
And then,
Are we just picking two who we think we should
No,
call?
let's do three.
Okay.
Let's try to, if we,
All right.
let's just,
My third then would be, Jamie Gaddis.
I'm following pretty well what you do.
on mine, on the third one, I think that, the Gatewood lady, Katie would be, because I think she's had it.
Yeah, she's assistant county,
That's
town
what I'm
clerk.
saying, and she's already sort of, that's my third. I had them, well, I had Tammy first, and then I had the other one, but then the third one, I had her.
Bobby, can you give me 1, 2, and 3? What is your 1, 2, and 3?
Okay, I'm going with, Roberts, Burson, and Gaddis.
You same as me?
Same.
Okay, you just gave them to me in black, those
Oh,
are the first names,
excuse
but
me.
okay, that's okay.
Angela Roberts,
Okay,
Tammy Brunson, and,
got it. Okay.
Jamie Gaddis.
Okay. And then I got yours.
Okay.
Daryl, you had Kathy, Tammy, and who was your number 3?
That's not actually my order.
Oh, then,
Um,
if you'll give me your order then.
I don't, to me, it really doesn't make I don't have an order. That's fine. Angela,
Angela's your third then?
sure.
Okay.
I do like the fact, like Jerry said, she likes to fish. That means she's,
That's something quality about it.
yeah.
Well, if she's from Weewash, she had to.
Mine is Tammy, Angela, and Katie. You want the whole name?
Yeah,
Tammy Brunson, Angela Roberts, and Katie Gatewood.
okay.
We need to find out if Angela has a boat.
Send a picture of both.
well, I'm sorry, am I missing, I'm trying to find out Angela, where is she currently employed? I'm reading.
Eastern Shipbuilding.
Eastern Shipbuilding.
As a
Okay, that's what I'm,
supervisor clerk. As
name of the
inventory.
previous employer is Eastern Shipbuilding, but that's where she's working now?
Mhm.
That's what it says.
Okay, well, see, this is, it says previous employer. So,
Oh, I didn't notice that either. From first of 21 to present, so she's, that way it reads. If you look up under warehouse receiver,
yes, I do see that now.
First-
Yes,
first
yes, you're
21
correct, you're
to
correct,
present.
okay.
Before that, she worked at Health Check.
Yes, I saw it, yeah, preventive. On the health check out here.
Y'all know the people who have, what you want to do, that chronic Summers? He had a,
I'm not familiar with that name.
he's got a, is that this month? He ain't playing,
Did she give any references? Yeah, here it is, I'm getting to it on the back.
Now, we just got this morning, so I hadn't really checked into it like I should have, but I'm like you. I think we're gonna do this today. You know, Mexico, please, see you now.
Okay, so I'm just asking I'm trying to get caught up here, that's all I'm trying to. That's all right, that's what I like her too, I like that she's local. Cause finding a place to live ain't gonna be easy on,
We ran that before.
we're gonna run into that for a while.
You got plenty of campers to put her in.
Oh,
I can sell one right now.
Getting less and less, huh?
yes, we are too.
Okay. What am I to do? Y'all
Top
waiting
three.
on me?
Top
I'm
three.
sorry, I'm trying to get.
Take your time, we ain't got.
Jamie, yeah, for 3, Angela Roberts, I would certainly like to talk to, and Brunson
She's local.
is local. So that would be Roberts, Brunson, Gaps. If I said all that. I don't know how that fell in line with anybody. Maybe it's the
That's
same.
pretty
Same
close.
order as me and.
Okay.
I don't know about you.
Now, in the past, the clerk is considered for lack of a better word, a constitutional officer, meaning they work directly for the city council and they have responsibilities that should require us to do some checking. So I would suggest before we interview that we do that we do our checking, meaning correct, or any references they give.
On an individual basis?
No, there's somebody needs to, some designated council member. I mean, now, if you know some of the references, sure. The only one, I don't know any of them that I recognize other than on Gaddis. Teresa, I've known her for 100 years.
Yeah. I think she's her aunt or something like that.
Yes, I think she's a cousin.
Cousin.
Yeah.
And then if we get nothing that is alarming, then we need to set up some interviews. Or for some reason, we would get information that we wouldn't consider them for an interview. Let's put it that way. Do we have someone that would like to do that? That would have the time or take the time, to call these references and see what kind of feedback we get? I still do not see Roberts, and am I looking?
That's both sheets, you got
No, but
it.
show me the references.
It's on the
Last sheet.
Back sheet, it's that job actually about the Mexico Beach out. The very last sheet.
Right?
Yeah. Wasn't that big at the top?
This one and this one?
Summers, yes.
That's why I
I'm
asked you.
sorry, you asked me,
I
okay,
did
now
it.
yes.
Okay, now, of course, that's my daughter-in-law,
Who?
Shelley, one of the references,
Oh, Shawnee is?
yeah.
Oh, okay, well, hello.
Well, that's here and there.
Somebody knows somebody. I asked you, did you know? I probably asked you, and I didn't know.
All right,
That's
You
your
know
job.
Bronson.
Mayor,
Go ahead.
we have 2 people that everybody selected, and then we have 2 people that 3 people selected and 2 people that 2 people selected. So do we wanna go and interview all 4, or do we wanna do a tiebreaker on the, Jamie Gadsden and Kathy Gatewood?
Well,
We have three people that selected,
Gatewood and.
Jamie. We have three people that selected Jamie, but we had two people that selected Kathy. So,
For
if
me,
we
I
wanted
think
to
we'll just
take
go
one
with the
out,
top three, which would be,
then we would take out Kathy. I think the door's
The,
unlocked.
the only problem I have with Gatewood, I mean, her application was good and again, being,
I see.
away.
But she does have a little more, she really has got, to me, now, and you can't read it that good, because I can read it, but she was the one that, had the experience.
She's got the most.
As,
As
assistant
a
clerk,
yeah.
in a small town.
But,
That's
I'm
all
like you, I don't like the moving thing here.
But,
we ran that last time and, couldn't find, well, now there's a few more places, but it's still hard to find a full-time.
you don't wanna do four,
Place.
you'd rather not do 4 hours?
oh, no, I don't care, I don't want us to take anybody out that we think is qualified.
Yeah, well, she might not, you know, her being far, she, or
Coming from Palm Beach County, Mexico Beach is
long way.
A long way.
That's where Andy's
in a
from.
totally different environment. But that's, I'm just, you know, yeah, that's right,
That's where Andy's from.
yeah. We can do, we'll do 4.
That's solid for me, if you could, cause I'm the one.
Then, So, all right, Mario, we decided we're gonna do 4, we're gonna leave it, we're gonna leave
Leave Kathy in.
Kathy in, there you go, okay. Okay. So, we have, 4 applicants, I'll volunteer to take 2 of those and do some research if somebody will take 2 others. Just to give us some, and we'll go ahead and,
Which 2 you want?
I don't care. I'll take Brunson, just because they're on top of my list, and I'll take, Gaps.
And I'll take, since you did, let me have, they do the 4, I'll take Robert.
Angela,
Angela and, Kathy.
You just wanna find out if you got those.
I'm trying to,
You good? You gonna take, Brunson, Roberts and, Gatewood?
let me find Gatewood. Maybe I'm like you now, I've got too many.
Kathy
Mario,
Gatewood.
it is,
The assistant town clerk
Shoot.
right now.
Okay, what
Okay, do we wanna set up a interview time when you're
Let's-
talking to
I
them?
wanted to ask a question, more of a legal question, not legal, but, can we get background checks on these?
I will check with the sheriff's department, I don't see why we couldn't. We'd have to get their okay to do a background check.
No, but I'm talking about, can't you do one,
The sheriff's department
Look.
typically would, but
we've had reason
I.
to wanna do that, in this position. I'm not sure, I don't think you have to get permission from I tell you what we'll do, scratch it, we'll wait and see what we'll wait and see if there's anything that comes up that any reason to, but, there may be, that may be something that we would want to do, if the group wants to,
Before the final.
before the final thing.
I think that'd be
I
good.
will say this, in
Prior experience.
prior experience, in our application, we had acknowledgement that we were gonna do a background check. I'd like to get that form, and if you feel that the 2 that you have and the 2 that you have warrant the next step, we'll get that over to them. If they sign it, then we'll do that. It's,
I mean, the clerk has access, if you would, to things that are, information that has to be protected. And we think in Mexico Beach, it's no big deal, but when you get into social security numbers, personnel files, documents, you just have to have, I don't want us to let our guard down and then have to say, well, we didn't check on that.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Okay, So let's talk,
I got, I'm gonna make sure, I got Angela Roberts and Katie Greenwood.
that's right,
Two
that's
I
you,
got.
okay,
I got Kip on.
you got that.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Go
so
ahead.
let's talk about, that should take us very little time. Do you want from, if we find anything, Mario, how can Jerry and I report back to you that we find nothing, and then you send out a email that says, set up some interview times?
Yes, sir.
You can do that.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't violate the sunshine.
While we're all here, is there a time that you would like to do it? Would you want to do it during the next council meeting?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's why I was.
I hope not.
We'll
I
do
would
another
like to
special
do
meeting.
them, if everything is kosher and we agree that what we have found out is there's no reason not to interview them, I'd like to try to do them, two, maybe one day and two the next, or two, hell, all four of them, once you
Well,
get in.
all what we got to worry about mine, and that's why I was gonna ask you, and that this is due to me, and she asked me when, I'm gonna just try to tell her next week, one day Mario will be in touch with her. This is new
Yeah,
to me now, y'all.
yeah, I mean, that's the only way I know to do it, is everybody fairly flexible, I mean, to ask these folks, I'm not big on doing it over TV, I like to look at it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Me too, yeah.
I'm not a Zoomer, or
Yeah.
whatever they call that.
Or a TikToker.
Okay, I'm
And you
definitely
got-
not a TikTok.
You got the Gatewood and you got the Gaddis gonna be coming from out of town.
Kentucky and Palmer, that's the two, so you got one and I got one, it's
Oh.
out there.
Well, now, so we're gonna have to talk to them individually?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and, I think the last time we gave about an hour per person in interview
Yeah.
time. You don't have to go the full hour, but it's in between.
We set it up that way.
Set it up.
We also need to talk
You-
about,
everybody gets an hour? Or,
No.
total?
no, we
No, no,
collectively,
Yeah.
We collectively interview.
Yeah, we.
Otherwise it'd take forever.
I thought you meant the same.
Yeah, so we collectively, all of us talk to them at one
Yeah.
time.
that's correct.
Perfect.
But let's try to do it one at a time instead of all at one time.
We need
I
to
feel
talk
like
about,
picking
this
up
will be the
somebody.
first time that we've actually interviewed for a clerk that did not include the accounting.
Right.
We've separated that job.
Mhm.
The thing reads in here, salary range of 45 to 65. Without the accounting part of that, the reason it's this way is that we were, in case we ran across someone that could do both, we would have that salary range there. I see no accounting
No.
capacities
No.
in any of these.
But it might be that as they keep working, it might be that we
So
move it
my
into.
point in raising that question, before we ever start, when they talk about a salary, I'm going to assume, I don't want to do that, but for me, that we're gonna be on the lower end
Yeah.
of this range, because we're gonna have to explain, if they ask, some of these folks might be expecting that, when they read this, might be thinking, well, we can get into the mid-50s maybe, we're split in the middle or something. But, so in our discussions,
With the-
if,
interview.
even when we talk to, like in my case, if I find out, I would talk to Jamie personally and say, look, now, but I don't want her to drive down here thinking she's in the
Right.
$55,000-$60,000 range, you follow what I'm saying?
As long as they know before they decide.
Before,
to
yeah,
come.
before they commit, and I would recommend that you do the same once you verify. So here's what we'll do, Mauro, if it's agreeable, Jerry and I'll do our work, we'll make the calls on the ones. If the interviews are set up, we'll shoot, we won't set them up, but if they're agreeable to come for an interview, we'll get with you, and Jared, this, what we have to do is just say, like you said, next week.
But some, and then that,
Cause
so
hell,
we got the
James
two,
from Kentucky might not could come for.
Yeah.
and mine's from Palm Beach, so, the two, we were all in the girl local.
Yeah, well, sure,
We can
that,
probably get them next week, but I reckon it's gonna be up to Mario. I mean, I'm gonna try to tell them by next week. I'm gonna,
well, if our schedules are flexible, so that we don't have to call around every time and say, hey, if we can set it, and if everybody is flexible enough to adjust to their schedule, especially the out-of-towners, are we good with that? Just
Yeah, I'm good with that,
go
because
what you got.
what you got?
Mayor, just to help the people that are from out of town, if we can set up the interview in some shape, fashion, or form, either early on a Monday or late on a Friday, they could conceivably take one day off, come over here, do their meeting, and still make it back home. If we put it in the middle of the week, it might be more awkward for the people that might have to travel.
Well, my plan was to ask
Yeah.
too, that is say, hey, look, what can you do? If they just say, yes, I wanna come interview, I'd ask them,
When,
well, what's the best time for it?
Yeah. And then go from there.
Yeah, go from
Leave
there.
it up to them, and then if they say, I said, well,
But I agree, we did that with the,
Yeah.
other job,
Yeah.
tried to work them around the
At
weekend.
the end, and I'd keep them from taking the day off of work.
but if they have a preference, it'll be early on Monday. I don't do Friday good.
Mike, Laura, have we left anything out about, we're good with the four we picked? We're gonna divide up and call and check references, talk to the people, we're gonna talk about the salary. Get you, tell you the four on, and then you send it out. Is there anything else that we left out? Are we good?
What is the salary, what is it paying right now?
Lynch is at 46, 40,
45.5.
45.5. She was promoted internally, obviously. And has been with us for 6 years, 5 years.
I would have.
I'm just fearful that if we don't clarify that based on what they read,
That's right.
that
I
it could be, drive up here and have a long face and we say, well, we're gonna start you at 45 and,
Yeah.
especially
And
the
they
one
need
that's
to
got a
know.
little, like the Palm Bay
And you,
in mind, that's,
so,
you know. But that's what it is, what we got.
okay, I agree with that. I think we got to start.
Okay, anybody think of, you got any other, the next thing we'll know is Mario contact us all and say, here are the dates and times that we're looking at, and your information will come from Jerry and I. Okay.
Is all this gonna happen before Lindsay leaves?
Unfortunately, I don't see how, can it possibly, that was,
Possible. It ain't looking
that's
good.
why we're gonna lock her up a little bit. So, we'll just have to, we do need to think about that, Mario, what, has it crossed your
Who's gonna
mind,
train her?
what we're gonna do without her let's just take Palm Bay, we're talking a month possibly to get anybody in. Probably easily,
Easy.
yeah, that may even be quick.
Kentucky.
I'm willing to come in, Sunday maybe, and, on a Sunday, get the agendas ready, get, things that need to be, I'm still willing to help. Because I don't like to leave in the lurch.
And what I was hopeful of is that her full-time career ends here on whatever day, and then if we could keep her on part-time so that we could still,
Would you do that for us to get us through?
It would be in the evenings though,
It would be on your schedule.
okay?
wholeheartedly at your flexibility, not
Yeah.
anyone
Because
else's.
the paperwork, if we aren't careful, if we don't keep that up, somebody walking in here going, we've been there. We've been there, I don't wanna do that
You know,
anymore.
absolutely.
And Lindsay has been very diligent. She has slowly but surely the last 3 days,
I've been delegating.
delegating, boxing off, transferring,
Some of
insurance
that
to
stuff she
different
can't
people.
delegate.
I've been trying to delegate so it doesn't get missed.
I understand, but some of those requests or requirements are things that, well, I guess you could, but you're responsible for. That's,
Yep.
so we have to be
Yep.
diligent with that. Okay, well then, so we would set you up on a part-time, hourly, and you could come in some afternoons or weekends or whatever you schedule,
Right.
so that we don't just get bogged down.
If she's, I mean, if whoever we hire needs to be trained,
It'll be a while.
would you be available for phone calls and stuff and keep up with your time like that?
I will, I'll respond to any questions.
And we can need to let whoever it is know that, they just can't call just continually, but I would think that while they're doing that, they're gonna have questions that
Sure.
probably she's the
Oh.
only one.
And I was in that positions where, when I took over, I had to ask continual questions, so I know how it feels.
Yeah,
When
okay,
you just take something over and there's nobody to guide you, so,
right,
um,
okay.
I had lots of questions, and actually I reached out to Panama City Beach, to their clerk, just to
Yeah,
help me out.
right,
because it
right.
was-
Yeah, I think we can get a good network to help someone,
With
other than that
Debbie.
it's nothing like having the person that did the job
Right,
help, I can tell you.
Debbie,
Having been a
Debbie's
city
good.
clerk is also gonna be helpful.
Debbie's been great, and I've been delegating things to, I've been
Yeah,
delegating to
That's right.
Debbie.
I forget, but she's very willing.
I didn't see her application.
Yeah, she's been really good, she's been helpful.
Okay,
And Lindsay has also been good at
well, thank you
writing
for
down
doing that.
some
No,
procedures,
yeah.
so that it's not just, there's no procedure there, so she's been very, very helpful.
Okay, cool.
All right, well, Lindsay, thank you, that's gonna help us and help whoever we end up with tremendously. I'm good then, Mario, today is Thursday, I will try to you will hear back from me, hopefully by no later than tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, that's me too.
And then
I'm
you
gonna
can,
start mine today.
then from there,
We'll set up
we can
interviews.
start, yes, we can start, so Jerry, for you and I, the question, clarify the salary, find out about if everything, before we talk to them, if everything checks out, when they might want to come, and that's the information that you would be looking for.
And if I don't, you know how it is, but if I don't, you will know anyway. I can't, she hadn't called me back.
Sure.
She's off on
Same with
vacation.
me, if we don't hear anything,
I
I'll
will
let you know that I didn't hear anything.
And then, but we can go ahead and get at least the one, maybe next week, so the quicker we get it done, the better we can do.
Yeah,
If I
it's
need-
also not good, in my opinion, from prior experience, is to let the interviews get staggered out. Your opinions of who you initially talked to, we may find, well, we really don't want to talk to anybody else. You need to keep the interviews fairly concise, fairly in a tight time frame. And so I think to Palm Bay and to Kentucky, if they're interested, they're gonna have, I think they should, we're gonna have to commit to us to do that if they wanna,
If possible.
if possible.
If possible, I'll try to set up interviews for Monday, if possible.
Okay.
If possible. One of the locals, I'm sure you probably can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll work.
Well, all right, then, anybody else, any questions, comments about who we got? We good?
I'm good.
All right, we will, be back in touch.
Cool. Jerry, if you need me to go look at that boat of hers with you, I'd be happy to do that.
Man, you don't know how, this job is, we've done this one time before,
Al may wanna go, he's
Hey.
a pretty guy.
If she knows